Welcome to 25 Days of Britmas. Let's get on with the video. Hi guys, like to welcome you guys back to another day of Britmas. Today we are doing a Melanin Matters chat. What is that, you ask? Yeah, because I stopped doing them for a minute, so it could be totally fine that you have no idea what I'm talking about. So you're supposed to be on Fridays. I would have lifestyle chats. I would share things about my life with you guys, and we'd have all these chats about things that I'm learning. But let me just have this moment to say I've been severely depressed. I decided I can say it on a video and be fine. 2020 has been a different kind of dumpster fire that I felt like was punching me in the gut in a way that I was never going to be able to lift up my head to feel like I was surviving or doing it correctly, if that's ever a thing. So with that being said, I obviously have been spending a lot of time by myself. Maybe too much time by myself. I love being at home. I am a homebody naturally, but 2020 really tested the phrase homebody for me. But I'm not going to say it's been all bad. I've really had to sit down and address myself in a very raw, vulnerable way where I didn't necessarily want to do it. But 2020, God, whoever, y'all, they all came at me at once and just forced me to really have to look at myself and really have to address parts of me that I've not been very proud of. And yes, I know you guys have been seeing me talk about my business and trying to focus on the positive. And that's something that I always want to make sure that I bring to this channel. I'm a very closed person. If you know my friends, you know that if you know my friends and family, they will tell you, I am not very open when it comes to my feelings or when it comes to things that I feel like I'm going through personally that I don't necessarily feel like I want to talk about. I don't talk about them very often. And in fact, it's actually caused me some issues in my friendships that I actually hold dear about me not being open and feeling like I had to deal with everything on my own. And this year has been a thing where it's not that I have to deal with it on my own. I just want a handle on it before I announce it to the world that it's a problem. Hence why I'm talking to you guys here. And I don't know about y'all, but I've had some amazing ups this year with equal downs. And I struggled a lot with this idea of I want to be happy. I should be happy. I have all these things going for me. I should be happy. Why am I not happy? And also accepting the fact that I can be happy and sad at the same time. Y'all know Inside Out how Joy spends so much of the movie trying to keep sadness out of everything to the point where sadness just starts invading spaces that sadness never belonged. That's essentially what I've been going through this year. I have made a lot of decisions recently in the past 2 years of my life where it left me just questioning everything, where it just left me just trying to figure out what to do. And I stopped everything for a while, guys. After around June, July, I was doing okay. November, December, January, February, got a little stressful. March, I moved into my house and then the world shut down. And I was pushing out content to you guys because I was learning at the same time that I was pushing the videos out to you guys. So everything that I was talking about were things that I was learning that I was trying to apply at the time that might have helped and might not have helped, and I just never followed up. So I say all of this to say today we are talking about the fact that I journaled 7 of the 12 months this year. I did some things differently as journaling got difficult because I don't know if you are like me, but I review what I write in my journals. So there were some times where the revelations hit hard and, excuse me, and I needed a moment to like get myself together, or I chronicled something and ignored all the signs. And then when everything happened, it was like, wait, I saw that coming. Why didn't I handle that? You know? And so things that I've been doing differently for journaling. I journal right here in my library. I journal early in the morning because I'm still teleworking. So I journal early in the morning with all of my plants and my plant babies. And we watch the sunrise come up. Or I have Spotify playlists, specifically I think it's the Lo-Fi Beats playlist. That one's really good. I've been participating in some of Jerry's like morning reads where I actually just journal. You guys know I have my record player right there, so I do play music, though I'm looking for some more relaxing music to add to that mix. I love having light fixtures like this up where I don't necessarily have to turn on the lights, but it presents like a really pretty glow. Very calming for me. I've been using a lot of solar candles to create an ambiance. So my journaling experience has evolved from the way of like, I had it set in my routine to journal. So that wasn't the problem, but I wasn't really creating a space for myself where I could really journal, because along with journaling, I also take my God time at the same time. So I will do like my daily scripture and, whichever lesson I'm on. Like right now, I've been doing a lot of lessons about like anxiety and worry and purpose. Those are the three that I've been doing a lot on. So I do those first, and it ends up being like something I write about in my journal. Or it could be something where I'm just experiencing like way too many emotions about a person or something that happened or something that didn't happen, and I just need to get it out of my system. So my journals have come to that. There are also days where my journal looks like this, where it's blank on one side and like a whole book on the other. Like, I decorate is something else that I've been doing a lot of. I like decorating my planners. I like decorating my pages when I write on them. So I've been doing that a lot more in my journal. I feel like it's just me taking ownership of my words. And so like, these are things I'm giving you guys an update about my journaling process, because I know that this year has been very hard, and I just didn't want to leave the assumption that I've got journaling down packed, because I don't. I'm still trying to continue to facilitate an atmosphere for myself for self-reflection and hearing God's voice, because that's something that I'm still struggling with, especially when I feel bad. Like, I feel as if it would be really nice if he just came and sat down next to me and like high-fived me and was like, "What up, sis? Calm down." But since that's not how this works, like, I've been trying to figure it out on my own. A lot of times if I'm watching like church, or if I'm watching some kind of inspirational video or something, I'm watching it down here on this couch or on this chair with blankets and pillows and candles. I've decided that my library is my space. Like, well, this is actually one of the only places with furniture, so that's real talk. But this is a comfy space. Like, I spent money on this chair because I wanted it to be soft and comfy. I record down here all the time, so why wasn't I presenting my journal down here? So I guess we can say the additions to what I already talked about in the previous journaling video is that my idea of space has changed. My idea of being okay has changed. My idea of acknowledgement has also changed. I choose to acknowledge myself in whatever way that I present that day. And I understand that I'm human and that I don't always have to be okay. Like, I don't think y'all know this, but when I was making the reading planner, I cried a lot. because I was beaten down by imposter syndrome and this idea that like I wasn't good enough. Or like the reason that I did a pre-order for my reading planner instead of just putting out the reading planner is because I was afraid that if I made all of the products before I saw the demand, that nobody would want to buy them. So yeah, you guys saw the business, you saw everything growing, but what you don't see are the late nights and the crying and the feeling of the fear and things I felt like I gave up for my business and how that affects me now. These are things that I would like to discuss further in 2021 with my Melanin Matters chats. I think this will probably be Mars, because it's more entrepreneurial. Because we do talk a lot about, I see a lot of videos about business and stuff and like solopreneurs and like, oh, I got this, I ran this business by myself, and we talk about all of that. But if you see how sporadic this video is, I'm doing this video without script because I just want to share with you guys like how my brain processes it. But running a business is hard emotionally. So I have really spent a lot of time this year, asking myself if this is something that I really wanted, if this is something that I'm still okay with doing by myself. Because listen, real talk, I had zero intentions of moving into a house by myself. I had zero intentions of expanding my business by myself. I thought by now I'd have a husband who was forced to have to deal with me, and that's real. But that's not how life happens, and it bothers me a lot, and it is something that I think about a lot. So to say that you guys are going to always get into my brain like this, no. But I did feel like, let's just be real for a second and just tell you where I am. Where I'm at, I'm very proud of myself. Super, super proud of myself. I can't tell y'all where I thought I was going to be in 2020. For God's sakes, I released a planner and people actually like it. You just don't understand the level of achievement that is. But I've also suffered socially this year where I feel like COVID really prevented me from like building better relationships. So, that's just something to think about. It's like, I did all of this and it's fine. And these are the things that were lacking, and that is also fine. It doesn't mean that I need to have like goals set to like make them better. I'm just thanking God that I'm still alive and that I still have chances to do things, I guess is the best way to put it. So yeah, my question to you guys is, did you journal throughout this year? Meditate? Like, what did you do to cope through this year? I don't know what I'm going to call this video. But if you stayed this long, thank you so much for checking out another, we're going to call it a candid chat at this point. I don't know what I'm going to call my chats. I used to think Melanin Matters was the one that I wanted, but I think I'm going to change that. But yeah, thank you guys so much for checking out my channel, and until tomorrow's Britmas. Bye.